So the instructions that are given are simply to graph the line y equals 2x minus 2. So in order to graph a line, we need to find 2 points that are on this line right here. So we only need 2 points in order to graph the line. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to create a little table. So in the table, I'm going to write an x value and a y value. So the next step would be to choose any x value that I want to substitute inside this equation. So you want to keep it simple. You don't want to choose numbers that are too big. You want to stay as small as possible. So usually 0 and 1 work the best, or 1 and 2. It doesn't matter which numbers you choose, but you don't want to choose big numbers because you might get big y values, and if your graph is small, you won't be able to graph them on that graph. So again, recommend choose 1 and 2. You can use any x value you want, but my recommendation is choose 1 and 2. The next step is to substitute each of these values inside of this equation. And we're going to do them one at a time. We don't do them at the same time. We are first going to substitute 1 inside of this equation and see what the x value is. And then we're going to substitute 2 inside of this equation to see what that y value is. So let's substitute in first 1. So I'm going to have 2 times 1 minus 2. And then over here, if I substitute in 2, we're going to have 2 times 2 minus 2. So we'll call this guy A, and we'll call this guy B. So if we do A first, 2 times 1 is 2, and then we have minus 2, and then 2 minus 2 is 0. So when I plug in the x value 1 into this equation, I get out a 0. So this 0 is my first y value for when x is 1. Now, if we look at B, I'm going to evaluate this expression right here. So 2 times 2 is 4, and then minus 2, and 4 minus 2 is 2. So my y value is 2 when x equals 2. So after we have our x values and our y values, these are actually the points we're going to plot. So this first one, think of these, they're both separate. So my first ordered pair is going to be 1, 0. And my second ordered pair, it's going to be 2, 2. So the next step is to simply plot these ordered pairs. So I'm going to plot 1, 0. So this is my graph, and I'm going to plot 1, 0. So let's say that this is 1 right here. So I'm going to start at 0, 0. In the x direction, I'm going to go 1. And then in my y direction at 0. So the point 1, 0 is right here. So this represents 1, 0. Next, I'm going to graph 2, 2, which is my second ordered pair. So again, I start here at 0, 0, the origin, and then I'm going to go 2 in the x direction, and then I'm going to go 2 in the y direction. So I will land right here. And this point represents 2, 2. So after we've plotted these two ordered pairs, the last step that we do is to draw a line all the way through them. So I am going to start here at the bottom and then draw a line all the way through. And if you're doing it on Alex, it'll be easier, but doing it by hand, it's kind of hard to make it straight. But you are drawing a line, and this you're drawing a line through it, and this is how you graph a line. So this line right here represents the equation y equals 2x minus 2. And if we would have chose different x values, if I would have chose 3, or if I would have chose 4, and I were to substitute these inside of my equation, these would all be on the line. So at 3, the y value would be right here. And then at 4, the y value would be up here, and etc. So it doesn't matter which numbers you choose, they're going to be on the line. So hopefully this helps you guys, and if you need me to make another video, comment on this description or comment on this video, and then I will make another video if I need to.